History is like a giant storybook with tons of stories. Each page reveals a new chapter, filled with the lives, struggles, and triumphs of people who lived long before us. These stories are not just words on paper. They are the echoes of our ancestors, the whispers of the past that shape our present and future. Some stories are super famous and easy to see. They are like the bright stars in the night sky, guiding us with their brilliance. These are the tales of great kings and queens, monumental battles, and grand palaces that have stood the test of time. They are celebrated in books, movies, and folklore, becoming an integral part of our cultural heritage. But others are hidden, like secret treasures waiting to be found. These are the stories buried beneath layers of earth and time, waiting for the curious and the brave to uncover them. They are the forgotten tales of ordinary people, the unsung heroes, and the lost civilizations that once thrived in the shadows of history. The stories of the Saka and Kadamba kingdoms are like that, full of mysteries and surprises. These ancient kingdoms, though not as widely known as some others, played a crucial role in shaping the history and culture of India. Their legacies are etched in the ruins of their cities, the artifacts they left behind, and the ancient texts that tell their tales. Let's go on an adventure to find out how these two awesome kingdoms are connected. Imagine walking through the ancient ruins, feeling the weight of history beneath your feet, and uncovering the secrets that have been hidden for centuries. It's a journey that takes us back in time, allowing us to witness the rise and fall of these great kingdoms. Get ready to be amazed as we dig into the past, finding hidden clues and forgotten links. Each discovery is like a piece of a giant puzzle, helping us to understand the bigger picture of our history. From ancient artifacts to historical texts, every find brings us closer to unraveling the mysteries of the Saka and Kadamba kingdoms. Even though the Sakas and Kadambas lived far apart, they had a special bond. This bond was forged through trade, cultural exchanges, and shared knowledge. They influenced each other in ways that are still evident in the art, architecture, and traditions of the regions they once ruled. Their interactions created a rich tapestry of cultural and historical connections that continue to fascinate historians and archaeologists. Come with us as we explore their amazing story. Join us on this journey through time, as we uncover the hidden histories of the Saka and Kadamba kingdoms. Discover the secrets of their rise to power, their cultural achievements, and the lasting impact they had on the history of India. It's a story of adventure, discovery, and the enduring legacy of two remarkable civilizations. The Sakas were nomads like travelers, who came from Central Asia to India. These nomadic tribes were known for their resilience and adaptability, traversing vast and often harsh landscapes. Their journey was not just a physical migration, but also a cultural and social transformation. They moved with their families, livestock, and entire way of life, seeking new opportunities and lands to settle. The Sakas were part of a larger wave of migrations that shaped the ancient world, influencing the regions they passed through and settled in. These tough warriors built a kingdom in the northwest. They established themselves as formidable rulers, constructing impressive fortifications and cities that stood the test of time. The ruins of their ancient kingdom still tell the story of their strength and strategic prowess. The Sakas were not just warriors, but also skilled administrators who managed to create a stable and prosperous region. Their influence extended beyond mere conquest. They integrated with the local populations, bringing their own customs and governance styles. They were famous for being great horseback riders, strong rulers, and awesome artists and builders. The Sakas excelled in cavalry warfare, which gave them a significant advantage in battles. Their ability to ride and fight on horseback was legendary, and it became a defining feature of their military campaigns. As rulers, they were known for their fairness and strength, often depicted in historical records as just and powerful leaders. The Sakas also contributed to the arts and architecture, leaving behind a legacy of beautiful structures and artistic traditions that blended their own styles with those of the local cultures. The Sakas made India their new home, but kept some of their old traditions. They brought with them their unique cultural practices, which they continued to observe even as they adapted to their new environment. This blending of old and new traditions created a rich tapestry of cultural exchange. The Sakas were able to integrate into Indian society while maintaining their distinct identity, contributing to the diversity and richness of the region's cultural heritage. Their festivals, rituals, and daily practices added new dimensions to the existing cultural landscape. They brought peace and lots of cool new ideas to India. The Sakas were not just conquerors, but also diplomats and innovators. They established peace treaties with neighboring tribes and kingdoms, fostering an era of relative stability and prosperity. This peaceful environment allowed for the exchange of ideas and innovations. The Sakas introduced new agricultural techniques, crafts, and technologies that were adopted and further developed by the local populations. Their influence can be seen in various aspects of daily life, from farming practices to artistic expressions. They mixed their traditions with the people already living there, creating something totally new. This cultural fusion led to the emergence of new traditions, languages, and social practices. The Sakas were open to learning from the local populations, and this mutual exchange enriched both cultures. The blending of Saka and Indian traditions can be seen in the art, architecture, and even the cuisine of the region. This period of cultural synthesis laid the foundation for a more interconnected and diverse society. The Sakas changed India in big ways, from the language people spoke to the art they made. Their influence is evident in the linguistic and cultural shifts that occurred during their time. The Sakas introduced new words and phrases into the local languages, some of which are still in use today. Their artistic styles influenced local artists, leading to the creation of unique art forms that combined elements of both cultures. The artifacts and inscriptions from this period provide valuable insights into the ways in which the Sakas left their mark on Indian history. Their legacy is a testament to the enduring impact of cultural exchange and integration. Way down south in the Deccan Plateau lies a region rich in history and culture. This vast expanse of land, with its rugged terrain and unique geographical features, has been the cradle of many ancient civilizations. Among these, one kingdom stood out for its remarkable contributions to art, architecture, and governance. This was the Kadamba dynasty, a powerful kingdom that emerged in the early centuries of the Common Era. The Kadambas were not just rulers, they were visionaries who dared to challenge the status quo and carve out a distinct identity for their realm. Their rise to power was marked by strategic alliances, military prowess, and a deep commitment to cultural development. The Kadambas were fearless warriors, known for their formidable fortresses and well-trained armies. They engaged in numerous battles to defend their territory and expand their influence. But their legacy was not built on warfare alone. The Kadambas were also great patrons of the arts and education, fostering a vibrant cultural scene that would leave a lasting impact on the region. One of the most remarkable achievements of the Kadamba dynasty was the establishment of their capital city as a center of learning. They built extensive libraries filled with manuscripts on various subjects, from philosophy and science to literature and art. These libraries became hubs of knowledge, attracting scholars and students from far and wide. The Kadambas also left an indelible mark on the architectural landscape of southern India. They constructed magnificent temples, adorned with intricate carvings and sculptures that showcased their artistic excellence. These temples were not just places of worship, but also centers of community life and learning, where people gathered to exchange ideas and knowledge. Under the Kadamba rule, southern India experienced a period of prosperity and cultural flourishing, often referred to as a golden age. The economy thrived, trade routes expanded, and cities grew in size and splendor. The Kadambas' emphasis on education, art, and architecture laid the foundation for a rich cultural heritage that would influence future generations. The Kadambas were instrumental in creating a unique cultural blend that harmonized traditional practices with innovative ideas. They encouraged the fusion of different cultural elements, leading to a dynamic and evolving society. This synthesis of old and new not only enriched the cultural fabric of their kingdom, but also set the stage for future cultural developments in the region. Even though they lived far apart, the Sakas and Kadambas were connected by trade routes like the big highways of ancient India. They traded stuff, ideas, and art. This made both cultures even cooler. Archaeologists have found Saka coins in Kadamba land and Kadamba pottery in Saka settlements. This shows they traded a lot more than just stuff. They shared ideas too. Section 5. Military prowess, shared strategies and influences. The Sakas and Kadambas were both super strong armies. They had similar problems and came up with clever ways to protect their kingdoms. It looks like they even shared military secrets. Their soldiers had great equipment and followed orders. They both used horses in battle, which makes us think they might have taught each other fighting tricks. This shows a strong link between these faraway kingdoms. Section 6. Artistic echoes, resonating styles and motifs. The art of the Sakas and Kadambas looks surprisingly similar. Some of their buildings and designs are almost the same. This means they shared artistic ideas even though they lived far apart. For example, they used similar pillars and decorations in their temples. This shows a deeper connection, maybe because they had similar beliefs or learned from each other's art. Section 7. Religious Convergences, a Tapestry of Beliefs. The Sakas and Kadambas liked lots of different religions. Both kingdoms welcomed different beliefs. This made their cultures really interesting. They liked Buddhism, Jainism, and different kinds of Hinduism. This showed they were open to new ideas and liked to learn about different religions. It also shows they thought it was important for everyone to get along. Section 8. Enduring Legacies, Footprints on the Sands of Time. The Sakas and Kadambas changed India in ways we still see today. They made amazing art, buildings, and governments. Their stories show us how connected the past really is. They made India's culture more interesting with their special traditions. Their stories, even though they seem old, are part of India's big story. They show how strong and amazing Indian civilization is. Section 9. A Call to Explore, Unveiling the Layers of the Past. The connections between the Sakas and Kadambas are just a small part of the giant puzzle of ancient India. It shows us that history is full of surprises waiting to be found. Let's dig deeper and find the hidden paths between different cultures and times. By finding these connections, we can learn more about our shared past and the amazing story of human history. The story of the Sakas and Kadambas shows us how two seemingly different worlds can intertwine in fascinating ways. If you enjoyed uncovering this hidden chapter of history, please like, share, and subscribe to Crazy Color Facts for more incredible tales from the past.